August 21st, 1938, in a federal housing project in Houston, Texas, a baby boy was born who would grow up to sell over 120 million albums and become one of the most recognizable voices in American music. We're talking about Kenny Rogers. Kenny was the first person in his family to finish high school. His dad was a carpenter, his mom a nurse's assistant, and money was tight. But that kid from the projects would go on to front a jazz trio in a folk group called the New Christy Minstrels, form his first band called the First Edition, and then, almost out of nowhere in his late 30s, become a solo music country superstar. 6 decades in the business, 6 Grammys, 24 #1 hits, songs like The Gambler, Lucille, Lady, and of course, Islands in the Stream with Dolly Parton. Inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame in 2013. Kenny didn't just sing about hard times, he showed up for people living through them. In the early 1980s, he sponsored the World Hunger Media Awards for 5 years straight, handing $100,000 to journalists who kept hunger issues in the front of the public eye. In 1985, he was right there in the room recording We Are the World, a song that ended up raising over $60 million for famine relief. That same year, he co-chaired Hands Across America, a nationwide human chain to raise money and awareness for homelessness. He kept doing this kind of work quietly for decades, largely out of the spotlight, and he was honored with the Horatio Alger Award for it, given to people who overcame hardship and turned around and helped others do the same. No public scandals, no ugly headlines, just a guy from a housing project who made it big and used it to lift other people up. He passed in March 2020, but 60 years after he first picked up a guitar, people are still singing along. Kenny was born under Leo's sun, and Leo's card is strength. The classic image is a woman gently closing a lion's jaw with her bare hands, not through force, but through calm, quiet composure. That was Kenny. Soft-spoken, easygoing, never needing to roar to leave a mark. His signature song points to a second card. The Gambler was about knowing when to hold, when to fold, when to walk away. And that's the Wheel of Fortune energy. The wheel doesn't promise you'll win. It promises things will turn up, down, up again. Kenny lived that. A jazz trio that folded. A folk group he left. A band that broke up. Then in his late 30s, the wheel turned and he became one of the biggest stars alive. Put them together and you get the whole man. Strength was who he was. The wheel was the shape of his career. Quiet composure, riding the turns with an open hand. That's a legacy worth honoring. Ride the wheel in the quiet strength, Moonflowers.